Alright guys, welcome back to another recap. Now, I know I missed one yesterday. I just wasn't feeling good. I didn't trade good yesterday. I didn't trade good today. Um, I am green yesterday and today. I'm sitting at 19 days green in a row, which technically is my biggest long streak I've ever had. But I definitely think yesterday and today should have been 2 red days back to back. So here is my month of January, my year of 2023, my year of 2023. But like I said, pretty small day. So let me go ahead and show you how much I made today and yesterday. So this is today, $184. Yesterday, $169. So two small green days. But I think both of them, yesterday and today, I was down 900 at one point. I ended up making it all back. Which is why I said I should have been red days. And then I'm going to show you guys as well my short trades from yesterday and today, which is really what's upsetting me. And I just wasn't in a good trading mood this morning since I woke up. I actually slept pretty bad as well, and I was up since like 6 in the morning, which is like 2 hours before I usually get up, 3 hours before I usually get up, 2.5, sorry. So I just wasn't in a trading mood. Didn't have a good time yesterday and today either. So I'm looking forward to Monday though. Saturday and Sunday break, get off charts for a little bit, and then come back on Monday. Reminder, everybody, I stream completely free every single morning right here on YouTube. Yesterday was the first time I didn't do it, and that's because I streamed with Sean Deckmark to co-streamed on his YouTube, but I should be back here on Tradecaster as well, completely free. YouTube right here, 15 minutes before market opens, completely free. If you guys like this recap, please make sure to hit the thumbs up. Make sure to leave some comments down below. I'm going to go over my trades on Tesla today. I'm not going to go over yesterday's. Yesterday, honestly, I was literally scalping the living stock out of this thing, and that is why I was upset, because I was trading live with him. Fun guy, obviously lots of energy, but had the pressure of, instead of streaming to 100, 150 people, now I was having thousands of people watching me. And so, I wanted to be green, so I started scalping it, and I kind of started catching myself doing that today, and so I didn't like it. I got myself green, but just not happy with the trades. I honestly don't even remember. So let me go ahead and take them out. I think I do remember today's. These are the Tesla trades, and I'll go over the shorts as well. Tesla trades was in a pretty nice tight range this morning, and for some reason I thought, I had in mind either we drop down to 127 or this thing comes right back up to 130. So that was my two price targets. Whichever direction this thing wants to go, I'm going to play it that way. But I ended up taking too many scalps on this thing, and that was my problem. I took too many paper cuts, and so initially I was in the red deep already, starting off, and so that was somewhere around here. You can see I went long, got stopped out, then went short, got stopped out, tried going short again, stopped out, and so I took like 3 or 4 paper cuts right there, and so I started off the day red. Finally, I do get this move here, started making higher lows here. Could not get that break to 127, so I was like, you know what, fine. If we're not going to go down to 127, let's go up to 130. So I ended up finally taking a nice trade here. I took this trade all the way up to 130. I think at that point I got myself to maybe I was down 900 after this already. I think so. And then this trade right here, it's what brought me back down to like $200 on the day. So that was a very nice trade. I made like 700 bucks back there. Oh yeah, another thing is my internet still keeps going out on me. So you can see I'm hitting Tesla now again with 300 shares, 300 shares, 300 shares. 500 was the most, but my internet goes out. If I'm frozen for 20-30 seconds with 2k shares, that's a lot, and I can't risk that. So I do have a technician coming out tomorrow. Hopefully that gets the problem fixed. Anyways, once we got that, I identified the next level at 131.70 on the daily, just a previous high of day from like 2 or 3 days ago. And so I thought if we get up to that level, I'm going to see if we start rejecting, if we do a double top there, and if we do, I'm going to start trying to go short once we break this trend line here. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. So I took a small step here. We hit that 131.7 exactly to the point. So on this lower high, I was like, let's just try it. I started small though. I thought we could get another push here, maybe average in more a little bit, 131.70, and then get that move back down. But I got it right away. And then on the lower low here is where I ended up trying to play the stock again. After rejecting that 131.70 from daily chart, I then was looking for the lower low to come back down. I think I nailed some of these trades here, maybe that one, maybe this one. And then after that, reclaiming some of these levels here. So I think I tried going long one last time to break that 131.7 or see if we could go back up and retest it exactly like this one to the penny. but didn't happen, so I didn't end up taking any more trades there on Tesla. So that was going to be it for that one. Didn't take anything long on the penny stocks. I only took one short today as well, so I'm going to go over that one. But I definitely just overall fumbled. I overall fumbled everything. You know, GNS was a stock yesterday that rallied like crazy. Today should have been an easy short on this one. Excuse me. $5 could not reclaim. $5 could have been the easy place to short this thing, and of course, this went down to $3. That's $2 a share that I located shares and never hit the sell button. Now I just realized I closed out my Guardian, so let me see if I posted the chart somewhere over here. I saved it. So this is my chart on LYT. So LYT was another stock that started rallying this morning. And this thing was like a GNS 2.0. Like this thing was, somebody was buying this thing, somebody was holding this thing, market makers, somebody with a lot of money. I don't know who it was, but the price action in this stock just did not make any sense. This stock should have halted down maybe once or twice, like actually continued down and faded or been done for the day. Probably like 3 or 4 times, and it just could not do it. Every time it halted down, right back up into a halt. Halted down, right back up into a halt. Halted down, right back up into another halt. So this thing was literally giving me a headache just trading this thing. I started watching it. You know, I saw this move here. I saw it pull back down. Didn't short here at all. And then this thing started popping up here. My first short was right at this level here. And this was my first trade on the stock. I had a pretty good entry there, short. Was in the green, and then this thing went right up against me, and I stopped out. I'm pretty good with stopping out, I think, on my shortings, so I think that's saving me a lot of money. So I stopped out like right there before this thing went higher, and then it looks like I took another ad here, there, and then got the halt down. This is the first halt down, so I was like, oh, let's go. This is the top. It hit $2, blow off to 2. Big rejection, halt down. This is going back under this 177, and this is going back down to 1615. It should have been done right there. Halted down. This thing resumes. I get to take out a little bit just to be safe, take some profit out, and then goes right back in, I think, into another halt. So that halted at 38, 39. No, it didn't go into a halt, but it went right back up, closed high, and reclaimed level. At this point, I still thought the stock was done, so I held the majority of those shares, and I actually added pretty good right here twice on this trying to push up stuff, trying to still get the fade back down, and was back in the green again. And I think this trade ended up putting me back in the red, because this one I ended up stopping out back up here. So as soon as it started squeezing again, I got out somewhere in here and ended up going without me. Again, looking at this $2, as soon as it starts blowing past $2, 210, 220, you know, when I go long, I'm like $2 break, $2 break, $2 break. Usually get 10, 15, 20, 30 cents past it, and then maybe short starts attacking it more. So I started hitting it again up here, and I get back into the trade again. Rejection, halts down. I'm like, oh, let's go, let's go. This is the one that's gonna halt down. Back down to 170, back down to 160, all the way down. I cover very tiny amounts, like at here and there, very tiny. Like I'm holding this thing big size now for this thing to finally be done, collapse, and it just doesn't. This thing goes right back up into a halt. I get to fully get out, so pretty much almost break even here. So I barely made anything on the straight, and then goes right back up into a halt up. And I'm like, you have got to be serious, man. This stock is just crazy. Then I ended up shorting here, there, when it goes again back down into a halt. This thing halts down, and this one I'm like, you know, this is clear. This is, at this point, this is what I was seeing. This is rejection, 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 rejection. Two big stuffs, one big red candle. This thing holds down. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am back in on this thing. Full share size, halting down, volume increased right there. I am ready to catch this thing collapse. I had the small trend line there. I was like, this thing is going to open and fade back down. And you guys guessed it. Guess what it does? As soon as it opens, shoots right back up into a halt. I take tiny size again just to get some profit, but then right back up into a halt. I stopped out way up here. Like it was literally the same trade like 3 or 4 times. I add high, halts down, resumes. I take tiny bit out, shoots right back up into halt, break even. and I just couldn't catch anything. I finally, at the very end, I took a trade, and this was a riskier trade because at this one I thought the stock was done, but I'm not gonna play with this big share size that I was doing up here. So I ended up taking like one last short on this thing. At this point, I was still red because I took a red here and I took a red here, way bigger than this break even and this break even. So I was red on the stock, but I took a short somewhere around here. And this one I was able to hold pretty well. It goes down. I start taking some profits. Now I'm back in the green on this stock, and I'm not a lot, but I'm back in the green, decently. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put a stop in place. I'm gonna let this thing sit here, and if this thing wants to fade, let's let it fade. Anyways, starts kind of finding a low here, turns back around. I actually end up adding again to the stock right here, and then this thing comes right back up, and I stop one last time up here somewhere, which I didn't get that on the actual chart, but I'm not pulling up my Guardian account again, so this is what you guys are going to get to see. Here is the actual chart of this stock today that I traded. So there it is. Those first ads stop out pretty quick. Second ads, small size, added into it, looking for that flush, squeezes me up. This is the one I took a loss there and a decent loss here because I added back in. Then again, full size in here, small profits, get the halt down, small size, big size comes right back up, almost break even there. And then again, full size, get the halt down, small size cover, rips back up into halt, full size break even cover. And then these are the ads that I ended up adding here, stopped out, and then this one right here is the one that I was able to take down pretty well. This is the one that ended up bringing me back into the green side today. So I did end up green there, but when I mean green, it's literally this time it was barely anything. So I don't even think I'm gonna be green after locates on this one this time. I traded a lot, I paid a lot of fees, I located shares on GNS, and so it's not. I'm red. I'm green on the ticker. I'm red on the day because of fees on that one today, which is a pretty break-even day for me on that one. So I'm okay with it, but not the way I traded it. And I'm gonna quickly show you guys the trades from yesterday on GNS. I know I posted it on Twitter, but very, very similar scenario. And this one, it did end up red on the ticker, and I know exactly why. So this was GNS yesterday, the big move on GNS. I started playing it right here, got squeezed, but look at this. This is a pretty nice cover. Squeezes on me, I'm out. Squeezes on me, I'm out. So that's two very nice covers here. But then this thing ends up going again. At this point, I was so confident that I was getting it at 150. So I added. Full share size, decides to squeeze again. So I just stop out right there. This was probably, this is still a loss. This is still a loss. This was probably the biggest loss. So I was sitting almost at max loss on this stock yesterday on GNS. And I was like, I'm going to stay calm. This thing has got to find a top at some point. I'm ready to hit it. I can at least get some profit back. Maybe into green trade, but if not, I'm just going to take some pain away from this red day. So I end up going again, full share size here. Similar scenario to freaking LYT today. You start getting these halts down, and then for whatever reason, this thing comes out of a halt down and then goes right back into a halt up. And so I was here again, cover small share size, and then I got a full size short here into a halt up. I was lucky to get this out right there, but this was, break even trade from all this and tiny size out there. So again, a break even trade there. And then my problem on this one, which is why I didn't go green on the ticker, because you're like, oh, you hit it again twice, and then you got a very nice fade, and you covered a lot, and then you got stopped out. Why didn't you go green after this whole move there? That's like 50 cents. And my problem was this stock was a grindy one. I am not used to shorting grindy stocks. I'm used to just getting quick pop, short, and maybe get the nice fade. My problem was this was full size. At this point, I'm like, I gotta be careful. I'm gonna start scaling into this. Try a different approach. I'm gonna go small. If this thing pushes up pretty nice, then I'll hit the big share size and I'll catch that move back. So that's what I did here. Didn't work, so that's where I took the loss. This is small ad. This is small ad. This is big. I get the trade there. Pushes down, small size cover. So when I get to this trade here, I go small size, halts down. No re-entry here, no pop for me to get another trade. Just absolutely starts going down. And so these two ads right here were small size, that I was able to trail down pretty good. And, I still made a big chunk of money back because this is from $2 down to 150, where these were I'm losing 10, 20 cents per trade. This one break even. So I did make a big amount back, but it was still a red ticker, and just because I didn't add full size up here. So that's what that happened on that one. Today I am done. I am green for the day. I am keeping my biggest green streak ever so far. 19 days. That's the most green days I've ever gone in a row. So Monday is going to be hopefully the 20th day, and I'm looking for an all green month. So that's never happened to me, but still got 7 days I believe to go, and it's going to be tough. Either way, appreciate all you guys watching. Community on YouTube and Tradecaster are growing again. Over 100 people there. I think 150 on Tradecaster. So thank you guys for coming in live. Hope you guys are learning. I'm learning from you guys. You guys are learning from me and from each other. So it's just a nice little place to trade stocks and share ideas. So I'll see you guys Monday. You guys have a good weekend.